What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with the Love and Marriage Huntsville Extra, honey. We got Mr. Funky Dineva. He done drag Melody, honey. I know, some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth, but Miss Robinson, honey, getting ready to read the comments, honey, because I want to know what people think about this situation with Funky Dineva dragging Melody so bad and saying she trying to expose Marceau and Tisha's marriage and, expose Marceau for cheating on Tisha and, she's so desperate with trying to do it, honey. So let's read the comments. Okay, so one person says, Marceau is ruining their marriage, not Mel, but you don't have anything to say about them knowing Mel was being cheated on and didn't tell her. Get the F out of here. Another person says, I'm not even a fan like that, but Mel is definitely returning the energy that was given to her. I recall Tisha giving the same smirks when it came to Mel's marital situation. Yes, she did. I told y'all, she loved when Melody was going through all of that with Martell. She loved it. She loves trying to one-up Melody in terms of her marriage with Marceau, and we still been married for all these years, so evidently we know what we doing. No, you are a codependent and you don't know how to stand on your own 2 feet and do your own thing. So girl, you could never do what Melody did. Okay, you would never leave your man. Stop playing with us, Tisha. Okay. Another person says Mel's marital situation was totally out there. We seen pics of the girl and Martell confirmed it. We don't have any real receipts of Marceau cheating, just a bunch of speculation. If Mel got real, yeah, she needs to just say that at this point. I guess they saying, they need real receipts from Mel. Another person says, it all started when Martell brought up Marceau cheating. Tisha asked Mel about it, and Mel told her to find out for herself. Tisha, in turn, started telling Mel about Martell cheating and buying matching BMWs. Tisha grudge Everlasting Scott is the reason why Mel and Tisha aren't friends. Mel didn't try to destroy Tisha's marriage. Tisha is always saying things about Mel and then whines when she gets a response. You calling Mel out of her name is uncalled for. Another person says Letitia just needs to be honest with herself. She puts out that her marriage is 100% good, no cheating, no nothing. Letitia got so much pleasure in telling Mel that the side chick had matching vehicles. She was happy to tell Mel that. F Tisha. Weird ASS. You keep coming for the same person that helped you get on your feet. Shaking my damn head. Letitia, you weak. You always want someone to take your side, even when you are wrong. Without Mel, Martell, and Stormy. Oh, and if the old Kimmy comes back, it won't be a show. Who wants to watch Letitia whining ASS and old messy ass Wanda? I'm trying not to curse, y'all. That's what Miss Robinson trying to do. That's why we spelling stuff out. We could say it here and there, honey, but we can't be, cussing like that no more in the video, honey. YouTube ain't gonna be no fun no more, honey, okay? Another person said, once Kiki's family told her personal business to their mutual friends, she owes them no loyalty whatsoever, in my opinion. How does someone get to betray you, then demand loyalty from you? Somebody make that make sense. That's what I've been telling y'all. Kiki don't owe them people no loyalty. Tisha is always defending Marceau when he's dogging Kiki out. We have seen how he talks to Kiki in a very disrespectful, inappropriate tone, in my opinion. Another person says, the only person putting the spotlight on Tisha's marriage is Tisha. All she has to do is let the male try to ruin my marriage thing go. No one can ruin your marriage if you don't allow them to. I agree. Another person says, as long as Tisha keeps trying to come for, as long as Tisha keeps trying to say Mel came for her marriage, then Mel can defend herself. Martell mentioned 20 women and told Tisha on stage that he was there when Marceau cheated. It's really not a male issue. Exactly. Y'all be forgetting that. Another person says, I 100% believe that Mel is not wrong for how she deals with Tisha, since Tisha has done similar things to Mel and keeps the same energy. They both can agree to cease fire when they choose. Nobody would be able to tell me I can't respond to people however I want to. If you don't want it, don't ask for it. Leave me alone. I know that's right, honey. Another person says, I agree with Q, Funky Dineva, that Love and Marriage Huntsville veered away from its original premise of showcasing successful African-American entrepreneurs and now has become too toxic. If it's so toxic, why do he keep going down to Huntsville? Make that make sense. I think he had mentioned that as well on his YouTube channel. He's so sick of these ghetto ratchet shows. And then the next thing I know, he was on the Love and Marriage Huntsville social media edition. I guess the show wasn't ghetto and ratchet then. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't do stuff like that. You just, I don't know. It just looks very clout chasery, if that's a word, okay? I also believe that Mel escaped some well-deserved scrutiny because most of the show's storyline focused on the demonetization, and rightfully so, of Martell. Meanwhile, Mel has indicated that she wants to quit the show. That would be a wise choice. Instead, she could focus on her skincare business, her children, new dude, and live the best life possible. Now, the person says, I don't agree with the Mel take. Both Marceau and Tisha have taken delight in Mel's marriage ending. They bully her and literally talk about her in every scene of every episode to avoid talking about their own issues. Tisha throws rocks and hides her hands. Yes, she does. She's always playing the victim. She acts like a little girl to me. Mel did it. Mel, let me blame Mel. It's Mel's fault. Mel don't never take no accountability. Like them being on that reunion and trying to get Mel to take accountability. Why would she take accountability from people? Why would she take that lesson and kind of accountability from people that don't take accountability them damn selves? Marceau don't never answer no questions open and honestly and frankly. He's always diverting from the truth. We got to go on a scavenger hunt to get the truth. It's exhausting. It's, it's chaos and confusion, honey. And I told y'all, God is not the author of confusion. Marceau is, okay? That person says, I never understood how folks be going hard for these people like they know them personally. It's a reality show. Why the viewers be out here arguing and fighting for Mel like that? Mel is definitely passive aggressive. Kiki is definitely wrong. Ain't no way I sell my family out like that for a show. And you 100% correct. Tisha knows exactly who she's married to, just like every married woman does. The difference is Marceau's side chick ain't trying to get beat up by Wanda or lose her bag for a storyline. Laughing emoji. Girl, you shady girl. Another person says Monique is a secretary. Oh, they talking about the other person that Funky Dineva was talking about on his video. Y'all know he was talking about the love. What is that? Love After Lockup, honey. I don't know the show. I only seen a few episodes. I believe I seen that episode, honey. Yes, honey, that episode was crazy. Let's get back to this. Okay, another person says, Mel does not want to destroy that marriage. She wants Tisha to tell the damn truth. Exactly, you guys. Without Kiki, we wouldn't have got the truth from the Scotts. And I'm watching reviews. Some of your favorite reviewers is now backpedaling saying, dang, Tisha lied on that stage. Tisha really did try to hide, Marceau's alleged infidelity. Yeah, because she wants to have a certain image about her marriage. Okay, she's delusional. She ragged on Mel for staying with the cheater, and she's doing the same thing. It ain't even, you guys, just that he's cheating. I wish people would get up off of that. It's just how he treats her is really bad. Because even in the Martell and Melody marriage, Melody was accomplishing a lot in her career life. And, Martell wasn't trying to stop her. All he did was act like a kid and say, yeah, you working too much now. And, I need more attention. He did that because he's narcissistic, honey. Okay, I done told y'all about that. But for the most part, Martell was helping with the children. We saw Marceau. He didn't want to help with his own kids. He didn't know the kids' allergies. Go back to the first season. So, like I told y'all, when I first started watching the show, it was Melody and Martell's marriage to me that I kind of liked the most until they got to all this cheating stuff. Because to me, they were more partners, like working together, coming together to do stuff. Everybody else's marriage seemed like a struggle, and, you can't get on the right page. You got Maurice lying by omission, leaving, Kimmy out of important details from his life, telling her at the last minute, like, Monster is moving to Huntsville, and I'm going to buy Kiowa and Zabe a house so I could be closer to my son, okay? Another person says to Dineva, now how can you say all of that when you don't watch the show? Exactly. You must know something we don't, because I've not seen Mel do anything to break up anybody's marriage, throw shade and be petty. Yes, frankly, I don't think Mel cares enough about them to even try ending their marriage for what? And as far as the show and Melody having that Christmas party, that is what they do at parties. On the majority of these reality shows, on the housewife shows, people have parties, okay, and the women get shady, okay? They throw shade, they talk about people. This is a reality show. They wanted to discuss Tisha's character. They wanted to discuss the alleged infidelity that Tisha went through with Marceau. Has she not lied and kept herself honest and said, you know what, I have been through struggles in my marriage. There was an incident where I found a naked picture in Marceau's phone. Tisha also lied at the reunion and said it was over 14 years ago, when 14 years ago you couldn't like pics, and I don't think it was no Instagram and all of that. So see, all of that was a lie. Okay, because Tisha didn't want Melody to be right about her marriage. She wants to keep living in delusions. Okay, she wants to have this pissing contest with Mel where she could say, my marriage is still together and yours, you just bitter and angry that yours then fell apart. That's what it is, guys. Okay, another person says, Martell, what about you and your 20 women? Wanda, Marceau cheats and he doesn't wear his wedding ring and he is never home. Yep, I remember that episode. Tisha, Mel is trying to break up my marriage. Marceau, you are the jealous wife. Tisha, Mel is trying to break up my marriage. Come on, baby. Marceau did not sign the comeback group contract. Maurice did not sign the comeback group contract. Mel, it's dissolved. Tisha, Mel is trying to stop my money and break up my marriage. Do y'all get where this person is coming from? how Tisha is always blaming Mel like a child. Mel did it. The reason for everything is because of Mel. Mel did this. Mel did that. She the problem. Okay? Destiny and Tisha talking about Mel like a dog in the room, and Mel overheard it. Destiny, utility shut off. Mel pays it. Destiny, I want to be a part of your village. Mel, I already have a village, but if you need me, I got you. Destiny, Mel ain't a good friend. Tisha, Mel is trying to break up my marriage. Tisha, I want to talk about your husband lying and saying Marceau got 20 women. Mel, how do you know he's lying? Tisha, that's why your husband got a matching BMW with his side chick. Mel, you need to go pop up at that bar around 3 a.m. Yep. Tisha, Mel is trying to break up my marriage. Kimmy and Tisha, she is bougie and always going to gala. She is the post queen. Y'all remember that? Remember Miss Robinson played y'all the audio. Mel, 7th Avenue, Grandeur collab, J Bolin collab, New York Fashion Week, 3 movies, property preservation courses, builder's license renewed, Cloud9 charting number 5 with streams, walking the red carpet for best man premiere. Tisha, we don't be talking about you. Kimmy, yes we do. Tisha, Mel trying to break up my marriage. Come on. No matter how many knives they try to throw at this woman, she doesn't get hit. That's right. Every time she does a new business or collab, here they come. She does the collab for the athletic gear, and now here comes the fake lawyer with the fake blogger award, and right behind him comes Funky. You would think they would stop by now, but for every demon, 5 blessings. Come on, baby. Come on. All right, so another person says Mel and Martell really have some of the same narcissistic character traits. She's passive aggressive, AF, and doesn't like to be called out. Remember when Tiffany questioned her about not bringing the kids to Martell's book signing, and Mel turned around and gaslit her once she started talking about her ex-husband. First of all, he tried to get the kids from Melody during her week. I guess she had a funeral or something to go to. Hook-headed, knew what he was doing. He was being a true narcissist, which is trying to control her during her week when she has the kids. I know from co-parenting with a narcissistic man that they will use those children or child to make you look bad. Okay? There have been several times we've heard from Melody trying to get Hook-headed to watch his own kids. He will tell her she's busy. She'll find a babysitter. She'll find, I guess, 1 or 2 babysitters to keep the kids while she's out here working on her grind. Guess what Hook-headed does? He begins getting angry and guess what? Controlling. There's that word. Now it's Mel got all these babysitters. Nigga, when she asked you to watch your own kids, where was you at? What did you tell her? You told her no. These men from the first floor are always trying to stop your grind and your hustle because they are bitter about you leaving them. Don't I know about it? So they will try to sabotage all of your endeavors. They don't want you to move on without them. They don't want you to be successful without them. They don't want you dating a new man. That's why they play these games only on the first floor, and don't Miss Robinson know it, okay? Okay, so this person goes on to say, then Mel fake fell asleep on the road trip with Tiffany when they went searching for her birth dad and shut her out anytime she tried to talk about her issues with Lewis, even though it was obviously for a storyline. But super passive aggressive and mean girl Mel. When she told the world how she gave Destiny money and Destiny never even asked her to do it, just wanted to embarrass her, nothing Destiny did or said warranted that. She's a snake. And even with that, y'all had told me that Destiny was out here saying, she was a bad friend. And And even Miss Van, Melody's mother, caught Destiny in, a couple of lies. So, honey, I believe Mel and Miss Van, honey, because I'm watching how Destiny moves on that show. I'm watching her behavior. There is that word. Y'all be acting like we are not watching the same show. We are not sitting up here watching people and their behavior. Okay, even Carlos King had to call Destiny out on the reunion because she got to saying, I couldn't really talk about my life because, I was married to La Barbecue Sauce and, we had a contract where I couldn't really discuss it. She was getting up there trying to make excuses. Okay, and Carlos wasn't here for her bullshiggity. He like, Heifer, if you don't get it together, honey, the girls say you need to be fired. And I say, honey, she need to be fired now. Don't bring her back. Maybe she could be a friend to the show, get a little bit of EBT money or something on the side or something. But honey, I would not pay her no money to be on that show. Okay, she is one of them people where she want to, keep all her information about her personal life hidden and meanwhile be all up in everybody's business. And I do not respect folks that get down like that, honey. Okay, that is being fake. That's why Kimmy even called Destiny out. See, it's bad enough that the producers think that Destiny is being difficult. See, this is not just a Mel versus Destiny issue. A lot of people have peeped out Destiny's bad behavior, honey, and she gets defensive when she gets called out on her bad behavior. She another kid. See, if Carlos was up there talking to an actual woman, she would have been like, you know what? I apologize. This is what was going on. Or, I tried to film this scene. I think she did try to allude to that, but y'all not showing it. But girl, I don't believe it, because in the words of Carlos, you had 30 damn episodes to show your damn storyline and you did nothing. When they had the Madani reopening again, when all the cast came up there, you wasn't saying hello to customers. You was there rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth. You just wasn't that businesswoman. Even Melnika had to speak to you like, girl, let's kind of grow up, okay? You what, in your 40s? Like, you need to let Stormy come on in here. Y'all hash it out. This is your event, okay? Like, even Melnika had to have a word with you. And Melnika was like, girl, this is why you're not where you need to be in life. Because Destiny, girl, you got every reason to win, okay? You got all the backing. You got this big platform. When you are on a reality show, it's a huge platform with a huge fan base. Like, you got every reason to win. You got so many opportunities coming your way. And girl, you are not maximizing those opportunities. You acting like a damn victim. And we not here for it, honey. We tired. Okay? Another person says Mel didn't want to ruin Tisha's marriage. She wanted Tisha to keep her eyes open. Tisha's gonna stay regardless, so it don't matter. I agree, it's time for new storylines. The toxicity needs to end. Another person says it's crazy that Melody is still being blamed for Martell's mess. It was Martell that said Marceau was cheating with 20 women. Tisha met up with Mel to question her about what Martell said, and the conversation went left. Tisha and Melody both said stuff about each other's marriage, and until this day, Melody is to blame for trying to break up Tisha's marriage. How? This makes no sense. I know that's right, girl. Another person says, I have never thought Mel was trying to ruin Tisha's marriage. Another person said, truthfully, I think if Mel had been all messed up over Martell and throughout her divorce, folks would have loved her. Exactly, because they like it, honey, when you on the first floor like they are, honey. Okay, they don't like you moving and shaking and accomplishing all your goals, honey. They don't like that. Another person said, the gag is Funky literally sleeps with married men. Admittedly, I know I heard about that, guys, and I didn't think that was a flattering story that made him look good. I thought he could keep that, honey. Okay, you can keep that sound bite. That just funky. That's something that people gonna be using against you, baby. They don't want to hear that. Okay. But he feels Mel is trying to destroy Tisha and Marceau's marriage, even though he hasn't even watched the reunion. In addition, Tisha started the infidelity conversation at that table in the first season, not Mel. They sure do advertising, honey, like it was Mel that did it. She let the producers use her, and that was the beginning of the downfall between the two ladies. Another person says, "Thank you, Q. Mel is messy and is the common denominator in all the drama. She has fallen out with Tisha, Marceau, Martell, Destiny, Maurice, and Stormy. But she takes no accountability for her actions. Only a miserable woman would try so hard to expose and destroy another woman's marriage. If Tisha wants to stay with that man, whether he's cheating or not, that's her choice." Another person says, "Funky. I always love your commentary. I think you may have it wrong about Love and Marriage Huntsville. It was cute when Tisha laughed and joked about Mel and Martell's situation like their stuff. Hashtag marriage didn't stink. They both said things and Mel kept apologizing for that one scene of pulling up to the bar. Instead of Tisha saying everybody go through things in their marriage or avoiding putting her mouth in their situation, knowing she has experienced some of the same things in hers, she acted like she was in a glass house, which makes the bloggers go above and beyond to expose it. Last, Tisha and Destiny were mad because Mel wasn't their friend. They tried to pull a cast against Mel being their storylines. They tried to pull a cast against, I guess Mariah, from Married to Medicine? Their storylines were Mel, and I think she was defending herself by bringing that lady on the show. Melody said for them to discuss their own issues in storyline. Facts. Okay. Let's go to the next. Another person says Marceau inserted himself into the demise of the Holtz marriage when he decided to play loan officer between Martell and his tricks to throw Mel off from what was really happening after she had given Crooked Head a chance to clean up his act. Not Crooked Head, honey. Tisha decided to insert herself into the mix by gleefully announcing about Hotel making car purchases for his tricks in front of the group, almost like she was having an orgasm over the fact. Both Hotel and Marceau announced at season 2 and 3 reunion that they've been out on dates with each other, like double dating. It's been revealed that Hotel and Marceau have shared rental spots where they've carried on certain leisure activities. Ooh. So the point is, they've taken so many digs at Mel during her issues with her crazed ex and laughed in her face while stabbing her in the back. They deserve whatever Mel chooses to dish and put for as long as she chooses to do so. To top off this mess by Messy Wanda taking digs at Mel's baby, this cast to take up for the old bitch Wanda showed the true character of the group. Like some commenters have said, if you haven't followed the show per season, then you're really not fully equipped to critique it adequately. So you should remain on mute. I agree, honey, because you can't talk about stuff, you ain't really been watching. Another person says, who's loyal to Tisha? I'll wait. I got time. It was Tisha's energy about Mel's downfall. So this is simply karma. I agree. I told y'all, what goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. The things you do, they come back to you. Okay? Nobody is above that. Another person said, I can almost agree that Melody is thankful that you don't F with her. It's enough MFers in Huntsville that don't F with her, and that's fine. But she has enough love overflowing in the hearts of many that do and will F with her because she's relatable, inspirational, she's beautiful, intelligent, and a powerful woman who is loving, single mother, and she's pulled herself away from toxicity and chose herself. There are too many twisted people in the world that will always need to be seen, need to be heard, and need to feel big and bad to diminish anyone who threatens their self-proclaimed, over-exaggerated importance and bring nothing to the world for good or help change it for the better. Ooh. Another person says, I can't with Funky right now, speaking all facts about this love after lockup situation, honey. Y'all still talking about love after lockup, honey. Another person says, this is exactly why I have been a fan since you were buying a little piece of hair from the beauty supply store. Your honesty is much appreciated. The culture that we live in now loves delusion, and it's all ran by the band geeks, LOL. Another person says, I have a feeling this comment section is about to highlight everything you're speaking about on Love and Marriage Huntsville. People are too wrapped up in the show and took the fun out of watching it. The storylines are old and tired, but social media and the emotional investment of the stands is what is keeping it going. Another person says, y'all are really proving his point about the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans. Another person says, I agree with you completely about Mel and her dynamics with the rest of the cast. I hope Carlos takes note and changes the direction of the show. Another person says, thanks for coming through to tell it like it is. Too many YouTubers are now afraid of crazed fans whom are consumed in delusion and motivated by their own unhealed trauma. I too had to disassociate from the toxicity of it all. This was refreshing and needed. Another person says, I agree, Mel and got embarrassed and decided to drag Tisha and make her feel the same, but Mel won't let it go, and unless she's the one effed him, it's really a moot point. Whatever he did, he cared enough to keep it quiet and keep it clean. Another person says, yes, Funky, I agree with everything you said in this review. Everything. Another person says, Funky should share some examples of how Mel has shown a commitment to ruin Tisha's marriage. Another person says, I feel the exact same way about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I never respected Mel. She came on the show talking about respectful cheating. She introduced this cheating storyline, then seemed to take exception that her co-stars were discussing it as well. They didn't intend to. Once she opened the door, they walked through it. You could see how uncomfortable they all were when she first brought it up. They started looking at each other, and then there was a 3-month break during the first season when everything got exposed. This wasn't just a cheating incident. They were sharing Martell. He was openly cheating, and she was going over to the side chick's house to get her husband. After everyone sort of questioned that, she wanted to be on a dumb BITCH island alone. Enter allegations about Marceau. All these years later, she plays as if Tisha is dumb for staying over rumors with no proof when she stayed for 5 years after finding out about the mistress with solid proof. The only reason she left was because she kept the baby this time, and it was now public. Misery loves company, so she's implied that all of the men of the original 6 have cheated. No proof, just allegations. I'm over it. And and I'm over the show. Now Carlos is saying Martell is in love with Mel. Was he ever? A man in love doesn't openly cheat for years and throw it in his wife's face. He doesn't want Mel. He wants the family and what it represents. He had it easy. She was willing to overlook the cheating while caring for his home and children as long as it was respectful. Another person says Mel wasn't coming for Tisha until she started throwing the marriage downfall in her face and laughing. Mel is not thinking about Tisha. Tisha keeps trying to tear Mel down. If Tisha could shut the F up and let Mel be, the fans will let it go. Mel is over it and sick of the whole cast all up in her business. Yeah, that's why Melody was on that stage not listening to nothing they was saying, because they fake and they don't take accountability for their actions. And when Carlos asked Mel, well, do you think you could move forward and forgive people? And she was basically over it and was like, the damage is done. Because what I noticed on the stage was Marceau and Tisha, they kept trying to blame her for stuff. And meanwhile, they would never take accountability for their actions. Why do you think Carlos had to keep asking them all these follow-up questions? Okay, make it make sense. Another person says, I needed this one right here, Funky. I definitely agree with everything you said about Melody, Kiki, and Tisha. Another person says, Mel is not the one that keeps bringing up the cheating. It was dropped seasons ago until Tisha brought it up again at the last reunion. Mel is tired of being called a liar by the liar's wife. This is the last comment, honey, okay? One person says, as I recall, Martell is the one who talked about Marceau and Tisha's marriage because he watched the first season and saw how they were making fun of his marriage. They knew about his relationship with Coleslaw, and when Marceau made Tisha feel insecure about not answering any of her concerns, she directly went after Mel. When Mel didn't give her an answer for something that Martell said, she blew up and threw all of everything she knew about Tell in Mel's face. On top of that, it's been their storyline ever since. How the F it's Mel that wants to see their marriage fall apart. They made a mockery out of Mel and Martell's marriage, and now it's done to them. They have a problem. Ooh, those are facts. All right, you guys, that is all I got to say about all of that. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next video.